Massive protests broke out in the Chinese autonomous region of Inner Mongolia over the weekend. It was against a move by Beijing that some consider to be a new round of cultural genocide. Local Mongolians in Inner Mongolia never call themselves Chinese but Mongolian. They've remained steadfast in their resistance against Beijing's communist regime for decades. And their fight reached a peak over the weekend. People there call their land Southern Mongolia. The protests began after a secret order from Beijing was leaked. It dictated that in all schools, teaching in the Mongolian language would be replaced with using the Chinese language, starting from this September. The U.S.-based Southern Mongolia Human Rights Information Center called this a new round of cultural genocide. From students to teachers, from villages to businessmen, from intellectuals to some government officials and celebrities, people from all walks of life of Southern Mongolia are standing up in an unprecedented level of solidarity. Local authorities are pushing for an early start to the semester, but parents and students across Southern Mongolia are joining the massive school boycott. Schools and classrooms are almost empty. There were students who came to schools, but only to protest. These students are crying, "Our mother tongue is Mongolian. Until death, we are Mongolian." Teacher strikes are also widespread. Ignoring threats from the school authorities that they will lose their jobs, all Mongolian teachers in Shilingola League have gone on strike. Many parents are proposing to homeschool instead of sending their children to Chinese schools. Some retired teachers and even college students are volunteering to teach all subjects in Mongolian. Besides group protests and rallies, signature collection campaigns and solo protests in video, audio, and written format are going viral on social media. Mongolian lawyers are providing guidance online to defend the rights of Mongolian people, with the possibility of filing lawsuits against the new policy. Mongolian people are famous for their singing and dancing. During the protests, certain songs were popular. Citizens gathered together to sing "Let Us Mongolians Be Who We Are." At a concert, singers together with the audience were singing "My Mother Tongue is Mongolian." Videos went viral showing hundreds of herders and thousands of students in traditional Mongolian clothes gathered in separate places, singing "My Mongolia, Step Mongolia." A video shows a little girl crying on the floor. "I don't want to become Chinese. I don't want to learn Chinese." In another short video, a young Mongolian man shows a mock example of how to deal with a school by having their children take sick leave. He pretended to talk to the teacher, saying, "I am not sure when my child will recover, but I expect he will be fine by the time bilingual education is canceled." As the protest gathers momentum, the authorities are intensifying their crackdown. Hundreds of angry parents gathered in front of a school, demanding the school release their children. They had sent their children back to school a day ago without knowing about the new policy. Hundreds of riot police poured to the scene, preventing the parents from accessing the school dormitories. After a standoff lasting hours, parents finally broke through the police barricade and proceeded to collect their children. Students were running out to meet their parents. At another protest, Mongolian parents were met with force by the police. Several parents were beaten and taken into police vehicles. 2 leaders of the protests were taken away. Another 2 were put under house arrest. In another school, a student fell out of a school building and died from the fall. The cause of the accident is so far unknown. A video showing Mongolian schoolgirls protesting triggered a strong reaction online. Some Chinese also expressed their support. One of them wrote, "They didn't kneel down. They deserve to be a descendant of Genghis Khan." Mongolian students are protesting against the cancellation of Mongolian language teaching by the communist bandits. Please support them.